I have to take a shit. This is a square. Oh, I would roll around in the snow if it wasn't 10 degrees outside right now. So the square means it snowed again. And that means it snowed again. No, 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 no. Oh, 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 oh. Why is it recording still? My leg went that way. I'm gonna need a minute after that. My leg just went, you know, like the way it's not supposed to go. Oh, I hope I'm flexible because I think I already tore my ACL on the other leg. I can't deal with two of those. That would fire truck. Okay, where were we? So the groundhog said there would be more days like this. More snow, more winter, more snow, more videos. Anyways, yesterday we were only supposed to get about 1/10 of an inch of snow. And in fact, the weather app says we got about 0.2. Well, I'll tell you what, we got 3 inches of snow. So that looks like 3 inches. The weather app is a liar. And while we're at it, it's 10 degrees outside and we've got wind gusts of maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's not too bad, but still kind of sucks. So if you watched my last video, first of all, thank you. I did get a lot of subscribers for that. I am still like, I don't know, like 70 away from 1,000. And I figure I'm gonna get to like $9.99 and then YouTube will start removing them so that I'm like never ever gonna get a penny. Anyways, they should just call it follow. So if you saw the last video, I got somewhere between 16 inches of snow and maybe 20 inches in some places. And actually with all the snow drifts, I've walked around my property and been in spots where it's over 2 feet. I haven't snowblowed that, I've thought about it. I've also thought about making a snow tubing park, a ski resort, and a winter go-karting experience, but I haven't done those things either yet, so you never know. This is the snow from the last storm. So you can see that the snow from yesterday is a lot less, but there's still a good amount of snow here. And you know, I could be lazy, and I want to be lazy, and I might be lazy, and I am lazy, but I'm still gonna make this video, which requires snow blowing my massive driveway. But the last thing I should mention is that today is also the day of the superb owl, the superb owl, the Super Bowl. And I gotta get the driveway cleared because there's exactly one car that's gonna be going down this today. I think I'd rather just carry them down the driveway, but it's already 11 o'clock and I wanna have a Guinness, so why don't we get started? So for today, I thought I would try to show you not only how the Rammy performs, adding another 3 to 4 inches of snow on top of an existing pile of snow, but also how quickly we can get this done, because let's be honest, I think a lot of us just wanna get things done and be done with it. Sometimes it's nice to be out here, hanging out in the cold weather, getting away from the rest of your life. But since I'm kind of in a rush to get back in and partake in those activities, I figured we would do a real world test here to see how quickly we can get this fired up from a cold start and how long is it gonna take to clear your driveway. Let's go. You guys see this right here? There's a red squirrel in here, making a mess of my lean-to. Well, on top of the mess that I made, of course. And believe it or not, the little bugger put pine cones in my cup holders. All right, well, start your clock. It's 11:17 right now, but we're gonna do a stopwatch. So there we go, we're getting started. It's like right on the cusp. That's nice. Oh yeah. I wasn't expecting that. Woo! Shaved some time off the start. Squirrel power. Well, that's stinking up the lean too. Let's see how we're doing on gas. I forget. It looks like we've got maybe like a third of a tank. So instead of putting more gas in there, since I'm gonna try to do a speed run today, I'm just gonna leave that. Let's fire her up. So step 1, engine's on. Step 2, the choke. Step 3, hit this guy twice. And that should be enough to get her started. Ugh. So I didn't really give myself enough space against the wall here. That's my mistake. So this is kind of an awkward pull. There we go. Ease the choke. Doesn't smell so great. That's too bad. Throttle. So before we start this video, I just wanted to say one thing real quick. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I haven't received a single penny since I started doing this. All of these purchases have been my own, and whether they've been good purchases or bad purchases, I've made these videos because I didn't find there was enough info out there to help me make that decision, and I want to help you guys. So if you find this helpful, informative, or even just entertaining, all I ask is tap the subscribe button, and I promise it's free. They should really just call that follow. All right, so let's see how we're doing on time. 14 minutes and 45 seconds. So it's been less than 15 minutes. And keep in mind, I ran back and forth a couple times with cameras, and I've already cleared this area right here. Now, it's worth noting that the extra snow here is just because sometimes you have to move snow twice. Sometimes when you're moving it, you're just moving it in the direction where you want it, and You know, I have this routine where I come out of the lean-to there and kind of make circular patterns down here. And sometimes I have to do that side a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's the exact optimal way to clear all the snow here, but I can do it pretty quick when I need to. And again, that was only 15 minutes. Also, this looks pretty good. You can see a good amount of the actual driveway here. That's nice to see. So one thing with the Ranger, when you get a good amount of wind, you end up getting a good amount of frost or snow on the windshield. You sometimes have to get out and clean it. Let's keep going in the circle here. So now you know why I had to weld it back together. To be fair, sometimes it's hard to see out that windshield when it's covered in snow and you're doing your best guess. And to be less fair to myself, I was just trying to make sure I hit the curb, and I hit it. It's not too bad right now, but this stuff adds up. It's starting to frost on there. And there was a point there where the Rammy just turned off, and if you're wondering what that is, I hit the off switch. Now the cool thing about the off switch is that you have a few seconds to flip it back on, presumably because the auger is still spinning. It's enough of a charge to get the engine back. So we just passed the 30-minute mark, but you should probably subtract about 10 minutes because of the filming, moving cameras around, and also stopping to talk to you guys about what's going on. All right, so I paused the timer at about 35 minutes to go grab the drone, and I'm gonna resume the timer. I feel like the timer is way too high for what I've done so far. Whee!
Home point updated.
Didn't have this on as I was doing commentary. Oh well. So we got some wind, you can see a little bit down here. This snow at this temperature of 10 degrees is not fun to be in front of. The wind sort of changes a little bit, but also if you have a curved driveway, you're changing the direction that you're traveling in. That makes it a little tricky sometimes. So one thing about the Rammy is when you aim it to the right, it can turn a little bit further. It can do pretty close to a 90-degree turn. But when you aim it to the left, just like this, it does not get all the way that way. I think because of the engine and gas tank placement. So sometimes that makes it a little tricky in terms of where you're aiming. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely have to go left here, despite all that. Too much wind.
start the timer because I'm using a snowblower. I'm operating a camera, a microphone, and a drone. So this isn't really a real world test, but let's start it now. It's probably been another 15 minutes since I've been doing this, and my hand is definitely cold. Unrelated. So I'm going to pause for 1 second while the drone is still running and say that this stretch that I've just done is, you know, a few hundred feet. This is probably more than what most people have in their driveway, but if you've got a pretty long driveway, I don't know, that's going to be like 1/3 of it or something like that. We're moving pretty good here. I've got one more section to do down that way. We're going to take care of that now. Probably another 15-20 minutes, but things are going smooth here. I could run out of gas. I'm not sure if I will, but let's just keep going. All right, well, I just powered down the Rammy because I'm about done with plowing, and I'm taking a look at my timer, and we're at 1 hour and 6 minutes, okay? So, a couple things to consider. If this was a couple weeks ago and we had over a foot, that would have taken me probably twice as long. And if I take a look at this area that I did just a few minutes ago, it's already starting to melt, so with the sun, it really doesn't look that bad. And again, it's only been about an hour per the timer. Now, I did forget to turn it back on for about 10 minutes, but to be realistic, you should probably subtract at least 30 minutes because of the filming. So safely, I did this whole area in an hour or less. And if you had any reservations about this machine clearing it, you know, and taking too long, well, the crows are out. And I didn't even have to add more gas. So I think I did all this on maybe a third, at most a half a tank, but probably like a third of a tank. So that's pretty good. And with that, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. And I just wanna say thank you for watching. If you watched to this point, I appreciate it. If you found this any bit helpful whatsoever, all I ask is just tap the subscribe button. Again, they should just call it follow because it's free. It's like they're trying to stop you from subscribing to my channel. I mean, let's be honest, you probably saw this in like the recommended thing anyways, so you don't even need to subscribe, but you should. Please just tap the button. I only need a few more to get to 1,000. So thank you all so much for your support, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.